Okay, so in this video, we will be doing a simple comparison between a PG diploma and a master's in Canada. And by the end of this video, I am pretty sure that you will have your answer whether you want to go for a PG diploma or a master's. Without further ado, let's directly jump into it. The first major reason why people go for a PG diploma from India is because a bachelor's degree, ideally in any other field apart from engineering, is for 3 years. So that means your education will be for 15 years. That means 12 years of your schooling plus 3 years of your college, that is 15 years. Canada mostly does not accept 15 years of education, and as a result, people end up going for a PG diploma rather than a master's, because in PG diploma there is no such requirement. So first pro about PG diploma is that you can go ahead with the 15 years of education also, and that con for masters is that you cannot go ahead with it. So if you have to give points out of 2, let's just give 2 points to PG diploma and 1 point to masters. Why am I giving 1 point to masters? Because there are some colleges in Canada that accept 15 years of education also. Now what are these colleges? You have Schulich Business School, which is amongst the best schools in Canada. University of Manitoba, Ted Rogers School of Management, Ryerson University, Vancouver Island University, HEC Montreal. So if you're planning to go to Montreal and if you know French, I would highly recommend HEC Montreal. It is a part of HEC Paris, so yes, it is really good. You also have Thompson River University, University of British Columbia Saunders School also accepts 15 years of education. But there are only some fields for which it accepts 15 years of education. Now, what is the best way to know about it? Directly reach out to the college. I mean, this is such a foolish thing that students don't do. Students feel like, why would the university reply to me? Universities are dying to reply to you. You mail the admissions committee, within 7 days you will be getting a revert from university. So that's just a dumb thing to think that the university would not be replying to you. They would definitely reply to you. Just mail them. And mailing ID, where will you find the mailing ID? They have admissions mailing ID all over their website. So reach out to any university, they'll definitely revert back. They have a complete admissions committee, and most probably when you go to that university, look out for that job for those people who help new coming students, because it's a high paying job. There are other ways by which you can get across this 15 years of education benchmark which you have for master's colleges, in which there are some colleges like you have University of Toronto that does not accept 15 years of education. So what you can do in that scenario, we will be talking about that, but later in the video. Second is the point of tuition fees. Now when you talk about a PG diploma, the ideal tuition fees that you will be paying would be somewhere between 10 lakh rupees per year to 20 lakh rupees per year, and might go up till 25 lakh rupees per year. And at the same time, when we talk about masters, your average tuition fees in Indian rupees would go from 30 lakh Indian rupees and might as well go to 60 lakh Indian rupees, which is a very highly unlikely scenario. But yeah, University of Toronto sometimes asks for 60 lakh rupees as well. So in this case, let's again give 2 points to PGDM and 1 point. Let's just give it from 2 points. So 2 points to PGDM, 1 point to masters. Then you have employability, and in terms of employability, master students are definitely more employable. When you look at the companies that are coming to hire inside a campus, they usually look out for universities rather than colleges. So that's a good thing about masters. And if we have to give points, I would give more points to masters, because obviously it's a masters and obviously employability is more important. And let's just give 3 points to this topic. And if we give 3 points, PGDM would get a 1 point and 3 points would go to, in fact no, not 3 points, let's just give 2.5 points to masters, because if I had to give 3 points, I would have given 3 points to an MBA. Next point is that of scholarships. Finding scholarships either for PGDM or for masters is very difficult. Let's just give this point 1, because it's in Canada. Finding scholarships in Canada, I mean, we have talked about one scholarship in Canada, but apart from that, there are not many other scholarships. So if we talk about scholarships, PGDM would get a 0 out of 1, and masters, let's just give 0.5 to masters. So I mean, that's with regards to Canada. They don't give out those many scholarships. But then you have USA that gives out a lot of scholarships. Next point is that of admissions requirement. Ideally for masters, you have a bit more stringent admission requirements, and getting into masters is a bit more difficult. Ideally, I love the process of getting into a hard university. Why? Because the kind of people that you will be studying with would be equally amazing. So if I have to give points, I would give 1 point to masters and let's just give 2 points to PGDM because it is obviously very easy to get into PGDM. Next point is the kind of people that you will get to study with, and obviously in masters the kind of people that you will be studying with would be way too amazing. Why? Because you will be studying with Canadian people. I mean, you know that majority of the PG diploma classes in Canada have either one student or not even one student who is Canadian. What do I mean by that? So if you have 60 students in your class, 30 would be from India, 25 would be from China, 3 would be from Philippines, and then you have one student who is Canadian and one student who is probably European. I mean, I don't know why he's in Canada. That's an average class of a PG diploma. So if I have to give points in terms of networking or whatever you want to call it, I'll give it 2 points, and masters gets 2. In fact, masters gets 1.5 and PG diploma gets a 0 because the class diversity is very bad. It's just like you're studying in a college in Punjab, just that your teachers are also Indians in PG diploma. Next point is for those people who had a backlog. Now, if you had a backlog, you can get into PG diploma. It will be slightly difficult to get into, in fact, very difficult to get into masters. So if I have to give points, I will give 2 points to PG diploma, 1 point to masters. But this is a counterintuitive point, and if you do not have a backlog, just keep in mind that you will be starting with people who have backlogs. Is that a bad thing? I'm not saying that if you have a backlog, that's a bad thing. But you have to know that the kind of students who have backlogs are not the top of the class. And ideally, if you had no backlogs, if you're a straight A student, you will be the smartest student in your college. Now, what's wrong in that? The only thing that is wrong there is, would you want to be the smartest person in a room with the lowest IQ? Or would you want to be an average student in a room with full of high IQ people? I mean, that's your choice. What I have been told by my parents and every mentor I have been with, they say that you are average of the 5 people you live with. So the kind of surroundings you have, the sort of person you end up becoming. So please try to surround yourself with smart people, and that's just a caution. And I'm not saying that if you have a backlog, you're a bad student. It's just that you will have to work a bit more harder. And I mean, I'm so sorry if that came out as wrong, but I just had to say it. Next point is that of salaries. In a PG diploma, you might end up getting 50,000 Canadian dollars to 55,000 Canadian dollars. In a master's, you would be getting 60,000 Canadian dollars to 65,000 Canadian dollars. That means an average difference of 5 to 10 or $15,000. You would say, no, Murad, that's not a big amount. That is actually a huge amount, considering that this 5,000 or 10,000 rupees would be for next 30 years of your life. And then every increment that you have would be on the additional 5,000 also. So that is a huge amount. So if I have to give points, I'll give it 4 points, and out of 4 points, I'll give masters 3 points and PG diploma just 1 point. In terms of a PR, when you apply via a master's, you get more points in PR as opposed to PG diploma. So if I have to give points, let's keep 2 points for this. Masters gets 2 points, PG diploma gets 1 point. So all in all, that was a quick comparison. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, I would highly recommend to watch this video.